Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you the full story of what if Goku landed in Tokyo Ghoul. This is going to be remastered, just like the others, and hopefully better. And of course, like I've said in the past, power levels are decreased. And also, the story is just made for entertainment purposes, and not comparing Dragon Ball characters with Tokyo Ghoul. And with that out of the way, let's begin. So the story begins like many others. Two Saiyan parents named Bardock and Gine send their infant son Kakarot to a distant planet called Earth. Kakarot lands next to Anteku, a place where ghouls stay to hide from humans. Both races are in constant war with each other, and Yoshimura, the owner of the owner of Anteku, walks out and sees Kakarot. He lifts Kakarot up, who is very aggressive, and he's taken into Anteku where he's hidden. The doves then arrive to check it out and find nothing. So time passes since then, and then one day Yoshimura is searching for food, and then Kakarot is with him. Kakarot falls off a bridge and bangs his head, getting amnesia. Kakarot's name is also known as Goku. He becomes a kind-hearted person like he does in the original. Time passes since then, and Tokyo eventually joins Anteku. Tokyo, thinking Goku is human, is annoyed with him. She doesn't show any kindness towards him, no matter what he does, so they don't really like each other that much. And there's been many times where she either yells at him for making a small mistake or insults him. Every time Goku just ignores her. One day Yoshimura tells Goku and Tokyo to go get food, mostly trying to make them get along with each other. So as they walk, it's been really quiet with them until Goku finally breaks it. You seem to really hate me. I'm sorry for whatever I did. She stops and then glares at him, and she says that should be obvious why she hates him. Goku frowns and says, "Look, I understand that you don't like humans, but look, I'm not like..." She cuts him off and then says that all humans are the same, and she then turns around and walks on. "Will you just listen to me for once?" She asks why should she. "Because I'm trying to make you understand. I don't want to do anything to hurt any of you." She yells at him, tells him to shut up, and then tries to punch him in the face, but Goku dodges. So she then tells Goku to give her one reason that she shouldn't kill him. Goku pushes her away, and I said, "Truth is, I don't have a reason. My life doesn't mean anything anyway. At birth, my parents abandoned me, leaving me to die. But Mr. Yoshimura took me in and raised me as a kid. For that, I gladly do anything for the ghouls. I don't care about humans one bit. And I used to believe that I had a place in society, but you've shown me that no matter what I do, I don't have a place anywhere in this world." She's taken back by Goku's outburst, and then Goku just walks on without another word. Tokyo tries to tell Goku to wait, but he just ignores her. So they get back, and Goku goes into his room, very annoyed. So Renji then asks Tokyo what happened between the both of them, and then she reluctantly then explains. She then goes up to Goku's room, and then Goku then reluctantly lets her in. She apologizes for what she did, for what she said to him. "I forgive you. It's your instinct to be apprehensive around humans anyway." She averts her eyes. Time passes since then, and they're working in Anteku when some guy flirts with Toka. Goku teases her for it, and then she shoves him. So later on, the person who was with the guy who flirted with Toka comes back, this being Kaneki. He appears to be a ghoul, or half a ghoul. Strange. He's scared and afraid. Later, he then joins Anteku after fighting with Nishiki. So things remain relatively the same up until Sugiyama arrives. He obsesses over Kaneki and Goku. So Kaneki because he's a half ghoul, and Goku because he's a Saiyan. So he tricks Kaneki like in the original, and then takes Nishiki's girlfriend. Goku helps out here, and then Sugiyama tries to attack Toka, but then Goku jumps in the way, and this was his plan. So then Sugiyama then bites Goku's arm. Sugiyama's power rises as he then begins to beat on everyone. "After I eat Kaneki, you're next." Ow! He just bit a chunk out of my arm! Well, that's gonna be unusable for a while. Yogi charges at him and then gets him off guard. He then shocks everyone by biting Sugiyama back. "You guys eat that kind of stuff? Ugh! You little... How dare you bite me! In all fairness, you bit me first!" Toga snickers at him and then calls him an idiot. So Goku, even though he's injured, keeps up with Sugiyama. He then is hit back. He's then hit back and then is about to be killed by his Kagane. But then something strange happens. Goku stops the attack and looks up. He then turns his attention to Kaneki, Toka, and Nishiki, and Toki slams her fist into Goku's tail, knocking him out. So they go back down Teku, and Toka carries Goku into his room. So Goku then wakes up, and Toka then explains everything. So Goku's shocked ever since he doesn't seem to remember any of this, but he believes her. She then asks Goku if he really is human. Goku thinks for a moment. I don't know. As you explained, the strange aura, it reminded me of sort of a Kagane, and I do have a tail. My eyes went to a different color as well. Whatever it is, I'll make sure to control it. So things remain mostly the same, and Goku shows his anger when Hinami's mother dies. So then after that, Hinami wanders off after smelling her mother's scent, and then Goku realizes something's wrong, and then goes into Hinami's room, and she's missing. Before Toka and Kaneki can even react to this, Goku has already rushed out of the door, following her scent. So after that, they follow, and Toka arrives, and then they come for Hinami. So then Goku's anger slowly growing after this. Then Kuromato arrives and then attacks Goku and Toka with his weapon. They then both put up a good fight against him. Kuro hits Goku into a wall and is about to kill him, but then Towa smacks Goku out of the way and then taking the attack. Goku is then pinned to a wall with his other weapons. I know exactly what you are, boy. Huh? You're not human at all. You see, around 15 years ago, a strange pod landed on Earth. It had technology that no human had ever seen before. But I've connected the dots. It's clear. You are the alien. Goku's eyes widen. No, you're lying. Am I? Let's see. You're around 18 years old, and you have impressive fighting capabilities, and you have a tail, quite unusual for the quote-unquote human, or even a ghoul for that matter. For ghouls, their Kagane is retracted after they fight, but yours always remains shown. Goku thinks to himself, no matter what he says, Kuro is right. Now, it's time for you to meet your mommy and daddy! Shut the hell up! Goku's eyes glow yellow as he then punches Kuro, killing him instantly. So Goku realizes what he did and is in shock. He first then goes to Tokyo's aid. He then helps her up and then Goku picks up Hinami. He looks down at the human that he just killed and grins. Toka notices this and then knows that Kuro has definitely played with his mind. She then puts her hand on Goku's shoulder and asks if he's alright. I don't know. So they continue on and things remain mostly the same until the Algeria attack. Jason notices Goku from his scent. He wants to take Goku instead of Kaneki. But Goku doesn't go down without a fight. He goes into his raffle state and then punches Jason into a wall. He lunges at Goku and then smashes his fist into Goku's tail, knocking him out cold. I hope you don't mind if I play with this kid until I eat him, of course. So then Toka is about to attack him, but then she gets punched back by her brother. So they then leave with Goku, and Teku have a meeting, and Yoshimura then says, we are no longer involved with Goku. Anything that happens to him is his fault entirely. Goku stands up and then slams her hands into the desk, and then yelling at him, telling he can't do that to him, and that Goku saw him as his father. He's not Ghoul nor human. This has been a long time coming. Goku is not from this world. He is an alien that was landed here 15 years ago. Toka scoffs and it says so because Goku's an alien, that means it's fine to leave him to rot and die. Kaneki then speaks up. I agree with Toka. If the roles were reversed, Goku wouldn't even think twice before jumping and saving any of us. They all agree to then help him. And then, meanwhile, Goku has been punched awake. Ah! I saw your power back there. Quite impressive. I want to see it at its fullest before I kill you. Are you insane? If you do that, you'll die, no matter how strong you are. I nearly killed all my friends because of it. You killed me? That's hilarious. Don't want to fight. It's fight or die, kid. So it sucks to be you. He then grabs Goku by the hair and then punches him in the gut, severely wounding him. Goku jumps back. You've left me no choice. Jason grins and as he cracks his fingers and then they begin fighting. So then Goku is then trying his hardest not to get angry. He doesn't want to lose control no matter with no one around to calm him down. He'll just go on a rampage. So Jason then beats upon Goku and he gets more and more frustrated at him for not getting transforming. He then gets two people who are trying to save Goku and he kills them both. Goku has finally had enough. and then he closes his eyes and lets his anger take over. But surprisingly, he's mostly in control this time. Goku then proceeds to punch Jason in the gut as he coughs up blood. What's wrong? Say something. Seeing that arrogant face of yours go from hopeful to despair, well, there's nothing that can make me happier. Goku gives him a sadistic grin. So how about we continue this? You wanted to see me at my full power, right? Jason charges at him and then Goku kicks him in the face, punching him again. Easy. Don't die yet. I'm not done playing with you yet. I'll kill you! He activates his Kagune and he's still not changing the battle. Alright, now I'm bored. Shut up! I'll swallow you whole! Can you just shut up and die already? I'm starting to get sleepy. Jason gets even more and more enraged as he goes to attack Goku, but then Goku decapitates him, killing him. Goku reverts back to base again and smiles. Toka and Kaneki fight Toka's brother, and then he's forced to retreat. Toka finds Goku and sits right next to him. She then says that what Kuro said was true, and Goku responds, I know. It's a bit quiet between them, and then Toka then says that if she knew about it, she would have told him instantly. I know you would have. You're a great friend, and I don't want to lose you. Toka laughs and then says that it's strange coming from Goku to say that, and then says that obviously he wouldn't lose her. Yeah. Goku then realizes something's wrong and then asks Goku what's wrong. And Goku then says, after covering his face, and says, I'm scared that if my memories come back, then I'll lose myself. And I don't want that to happen. Because if it does, then I'll have to lose all of you. Tears stream down Goku's face as then Toka then hugs him tightly and says that she'll never leave him because he'd do the same if she was going through the same thing. Goku eventually hugs back. Time passes and things are peaceful. Hinami gets happier, and then one day, on the TV, it catches everyone's attention.
Breaking news. We've just gotten word of a boy who's neither ghoul nor human. If you remember, 15 years ago, a spaceship landed on Earth. Something interstellar. Could they be connected in any way? This boy is around 18 years old. He has black hair and yellow eyes. He seems to be working with the ghouls.
Everyone then talks to one another about this, and then Toka then stands up and then grabs Goku's hand, pulling him with her. Hey! What are you? So then she then says that she says for him to follow her and that she's getting him a mask. So they then go to Uta's, and then he then makes a mask for Goku. The mask is basically the one that Bardock wears in Dragon Ball Heroes and Xenoverse. So anyway, things are peaceful, and then things remain mostly the same except for Kaneki and Anteku. But eventually, right, Goku begins to get anxiety, and then he gets recurring nightmares of meeting Kakarot, or what he imagined him as, or obviously it's himself, but cruel, murderous, and evil. So Goku one day then wakes up from one of these nightmares and then decides to make himself a coffee because he's not going to go back to sleep. So Toka, who is Goku's roommate, then also goes to talk to him. She then asks him why he's up so late, rubbing her eyes. I could ask you the same thing. She then says that she just heard movement, so she just wanted to see what was going on. She teases Goku and then asking him if he had a bad dream. He then tells her to shut up, blushing. She then laughs and asks why he really is up so late. I'm having weird dreams about Kakarot. She then asks him. She then looks at Goku confused and then asks who the hell Kakarot is. Me, my real name. Anyway, it's been reoccurring for a while now, and just looking at him is like I'm having an out-of-body experience. She then tells him not to overthink it, and then proceeds to teach Goku more. So then a bit of time passes, and then Goku and Hinami then go to leave Anteku, as there's going to be a war about to break out. So they then all see go down on TV. Goku then stands up, as he then goes to put on his mask and walk out, as then Toka grabs his hand and begs him to let her go with him. No, you're staying here. You need to look after Hinami. She then says to go, but then Goku then snaps. I don't want you to get hurt out there, okay? This outburst then takes her back, and then this is the first time Goku's yelled at her in a while. So she then asks why, and then Goku then thinks for a moment before averting his eyes and saying, because I love you. There, I said it. Happy? So she says nothing, and Goku turns around, is about to walk out again, when Toku then grabs his sleeve, and it says for him not to die. She breathes in, and then grabs Goku by the collar, and kisses him. Goku is surprised by this, but then returns it. They both hug, and then Toku reluctantly lets go, and then Goku then rushes out to the battlefield, but as he goes, he then sees Kakarot again. You can't win against them. You're far too soft. You're killing your friends, your family. And I should trust you because you've got no other option. And you've got everything wrong, Goku. I'm not the monster you think I am. I've landed on this planet for the sake of survival. Because my planet was destroyed by a monster known as Frieza. Yes, sure, I can be aggressive, but that's my instinct. I'm forced to live the way I do. And that's why I'm gonna save our friends. But all if you promise me one thing. What is it? To avenge the race, Saiyans. No, to avenge the race. The Saiyans. Our parents. They sent us here because they knew that Frieza was up to something. But now I know. Please, do this for me. Goku nods. Just this once. I'll use your power to kill them. Like they killed my friends. So, like, after that, Kakarot nods as then Goku rushes, powering up into his Raffle form, and then he arrives, after finally accepting the Saiyan heritage. He sees his dead friends, and is enraged. Many other people who are there, so they have red ribbons on them, and 3 people who don't look like they belong here. One looks like a redneck, and another looks like a short purple man wearing sunglasses, and a large hat, and then another one has pure white skin. These being androids 13, 14, and 15. Yeah, I wanted to bring them into this. So they attack Goku, and then he can't keep up with them. So Goku is able to destroy 2 of them, but then Android 13 then laughs as he then begins to absorb their parts, and then grows bigger. His skin turns blue, and his hair turns orange, and spikes up. Goku can't do anything against him. So he then rushes and then kicks him, but he's not budging. So Goku then is punched in the face, breaking his mask. And then Goku then skids back, and then he tries again, but this time he gets the infamous punch to the balls. So Goku then gets back up, and then is punched multiple times. So he then gets blasted by a massive energy blast, injuring him. But then Goku is about to get blasted by another massive energy blast, but then Yoshimura jumps in the way, and then the blast explodes, and he dies. Goku's anger explodes as his eyes then go from yellow to blue, and his hair then begins to spike up. His hair spikes up, becoming golden, and he gets a golden aura as well. Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan. And his fight with Android 13 continues. He wasn't programmed to know about Super Saiyan, so he's weaker here. Goku beats upon Android 13 and then tears him apart, and then finally kills him. He continues his rampage until the CCG finally retreat. Goku tries to kill them, but then he's held back by Kaneki's Kagane. And then Goku then reverts back to base. Android 13 is about to self-destruct, but Goku then grabs the bomb. Goku grabs the bomb and flies up high into the air, and then it explodes. Toka finally arrives and then sees Goku fall to the ground, emotionless. She then begins to cry, but then Goku opens his eyes and then says, "Is it raining or something?" So then Toka then hugs him tightly. And then time passes since then, and then one day a pod lands on Earth, and it's the same one that Goku landed in, and a man emerges from it, and it flies over to the strongest power level. He locates and then heads over to it. So he flies down, and Goku recognizes him as his brother. Kakarot! Why hasn't this planet not been destroyed yet? Because I wasn't sent here to do that. Why else then? To survive. Huh? Mom and Dad sent me here just to live, not to conquer the planet. Is that so? Yeah, because they knew that some nutcase was up to something. So, and would destroy the planet. So they sent me here to live. I see. So he takes off his scouter and then throws it to the side. By nutcase, you probably mean Frieza. So, he did destroy our planet. I'll help you. This takes everyone back, except for this takes everyone by shock, except for Raditz. Goku turns to everyone and says he's leaving for a while. Token then tries to argue, but Goku doesn't listen. She reluctantly lets him go. So they then head off, and then they land on a planet, meeting Vegeta and Nappa. Starting straight off, Goku and Vegeta don't get along. Vegeta being a prince and not shutting up about being the one who everyone should follow orders from, and Goku who is rebellious and doesn't give a shit about royalty. So they fight a lot. So time passes since then, and then they start training together. And then one day, Vegeta then challenges Goku to a fight. Goku accepts this, and then they go to a desolate area. So they instantly then begin the fight, and it's clear that Vegeta has the upper hand here. And then Goku then powers up to Super Saiyan, and then Vegeta is clearly being overpowered. So then Vegeta then powers up to Super Saiyan as well, as he's learned this in the time that he's spent with Goku. So their fight is intense, both going blow for blow, and then they then get into a beam struggle, and the beams then explode. Both are about to do the Naruto and Sasuke, but then Rats and Nappa then break it up. This isn't over between us Kakarots. Yeah, I know. So 10 passes and they're ready to fight Frieza. So they find out that Frieza is going to Namek, and they then get paused and then go straight to Namek. So once they get there, they kill most of the soldiers. Zarbon and Midori try to fight him, but they just get obliterated. Frieza then sends the Ginyu Force, but Raditz on his own defeats them. So then, killing Ginyu first because he knows about his body swap technique. After that, they then go to fight Frieza, and then Frieza, knowing that his first form won't stand a chance, then powers up into his final form. So right off the bat, the Four Saiyans then charge for Frieza. He's heavily suppressed, but not for long. After realizing how powerful the Saiyans are, he goes up to 50% and dominates the Saiyans. So Raditz and Nappa are knocked out, and then Goku and Vegeta are power up to Super Saiyan, and Goku says to Vegeta that they have to work together. Vegeta says, "Like hell I would! I'd rather die than work with you!" Vegeta then dashes towards Frieza, and then Vegeta then hits Frieza repeatedly again knocks him into the ground, and then shoots a Gallic gun on him, making a massive crater. Vegeta grins, and then that grin slowly turns into fear once he realizes that Frieza is still in one piece. Frieza then says, "That hurts. That really hurts!" Frieza, now extremely pissed off, goes to destroy the planet, but Goku then shoots a breaker energy wave, and then hits the attack. But just like his father did, the attack doesn't stop. So the attack doesn't stop Frieza's. Vegeta then shouts, "Damn it! Whatever already!" He then shoots a Gallic gun and helps out Goku. The blast then explodes, and then sending Goku and Vegeta flying into a mountain. So Goku then says to Vegeta that they need to work together. Vegeta then hesitates, as then Goku then continues, "Vegeta, you want to win this, don't you? We have to work together. Please, Vegeta." Goku then puts out his hand, and then Vegeta begrudgingly shakes it. They both then stand up, as Frieza then go 100% of his power. Goku and Vegeta then dash towards Frieza, and their coordination is far more better than it was before. Goku punches Frieza, and then Vegeta returns with a kick to Frieza's face. Goku sledgehammers Frieza into the ground, and then dashes right behind him. And then Vegeta then shoots a Gallic gun right in front of Frieza, and then they get into a small beam struggle, and then they hold Frieza in place, using their max power. So they then blast Frieza with everything they have, eradicating him for good. So Goku and Vegeta then pass out, and once they are healed, Goku is given new armor, and the Namekians thank Goku. Goku then says goodbye to the Saiyans, and then uses instant transmission, which he learned from Yardrat, and then goes to Earth, absolutely starting everyone in RE. So Toka then runs over to Goku, hugging him instantly, nearly making him fall over, and then a girl then says his name, and then he looks over to see a girl wearing black and blue clothing, and then wearing black, and has black hair and also purple strands in it. So her hair will come in her eye as well. She sort of looks like Toka. And then she then talks to Goku in private. She then says she's from the future, where two androids attack and destroy most of the population on Earth. So Goku asks who she is, and then she says that he'll find out soon. And with that, she leaves. So 10 passes since then, and Goku and Vitoka have a kid. They name her Kuruda. So things are peaceful, and then the Saiyans came to Earth because they want to fight these androids. And then the future girl then comes back and then reveals her name, Kuruda. Goku and Toka are in shock, and then Goku smiles and then pats her on the head, saying, "I'm proud of how big you've grown." So Kuruda then hugs Goku, not being able to hold her emotions back for much longer, and then Goku hugs her back, with Toka joining in. So then after that, it's very peaceful. But then that peace is broken once the androids attack. Vegeta then takes on Android 18 and Goku takes on Android 17. Vegeta gets his arm broken and Goku is having a really hard time against Android 17. So Kuro joins in and then helps out, turning into Super Saiyan and activating her Ghoul Eye. So Goku and Kurita are strong enough to defeat him, but then the strange bug creature then arrives and then speaks. It's an honor to meet you, Goku. Who are you? I am Cell, and I'm here to dispatch of these androids. Goku doesn't trust him, but before he can even do anything, he lunges at Android 17 and then absorbs him. Then goes to attack Kurita, but then Goku then grabs her and then flies out of the way. So they then hear a voice in their heads telling them to fly up, and then once they do, they land a strange lookout where they meet a Mechie named Kami, who says that he has a way for them to train. He shows them the room of spirit and time, and then Goku and Kurita go in first, and then they bond in there a lot as father and daughter. So they train hard in there, and then once they leave, they become very strong. Vegeta and Nappa then go in straight after, and then once of they get out, Goku then decides to train with Raditz. Goku and Raditz train intensely in there, and they also bond a lot in there as well. So Goku slowly but surely begins to go beyond Super Saiyan, but only for a short while. So before knocking out of it, out of the transformation. While Goku and Raditz focus on attaining this transformation, they don't go anywhere with it, but they get close to it. They leave, and then they then go to fight Cell. They see the city, and it looks like it's a bomb site. So they then see Cell, and then they then instantly go to fight him. So then Goku rushing in first, enraged at destruction, and they're pretty even. But Cell begins to overpower him. Kurita dashes in to help her father, and then they're able to keep up with Cell. Cell creates Cell Juniors, and then they attack everyone else, and then they're able to hold them off for just a bit. So then Kurita is then blasted in the. You shouldn't have gotten involved, Kurita. So, now that the trash has been eliminated, how about we continue this little scrap, Goku? You. You bastard! Goku's power rises higher and higher, and just then, Goku roars as his hair then it gets spikier as electricity then begins to surround him. But he's not done transforming. His golden aura becomes green and his pupils disappear, and everyone is in awe as Goku's power multipliers from double Super Saiyan to 10 times that. Cell, you're gonna regret that, because now you're gonna suffer! Goku's then flares his aura and then obliterating all the Cell Juniors. Now, I've eliminated the trash. So then Goku then launches that Cell and then begins this beatdown. So it's absolutely brutal, and Cell is beaten to a bloody pulp. He then flies down and then gets ready to hit Goku with a full power breaker energy wave, but then Goku then blasts back, and then Cell swallowed up in the attack, completely obliterating him. Goku can't control his rage though, as he then turns his attention to his friends, as then Goku then attacks them, and Kurita finally heals, and then jumps in the way, telling Goku to stop. So Goku finally begins to calm down, reverting back to base, and then passes out. Time passes, and the world then begins to reform. Kurita hugs her parents and says goodbye to them, and then goes back to her timeline, and things remain peaceful for a while, until one day, two people who call themselves Kais learn about the threat of Majin Buu. So then Goku then asks about how they can find them, and then the Spring Guy then tells them to power up to his max. Goku does so, going into his new Super Saiyan 2. And then Spopovich and Yami then attack instantly. They absorb his power and then go back to Babidis. They then follow and then they arrive, and then Deborah attacks. So he kills the Kibito. He turns the Nappa on Vegeta and then turns them to stone. Goku's angry by this and then goes in the fight. Deborah is easily defeated since he's about Cell level, and Goku hasn't been slacking off in his training. So the spell is broken and Vegeta and Nappa are freed. So Vegeta is then enraged by the fact that he got caught off guard. And then Bobby then takes advantage of this, and then he manipulates Vegeta, and Vegeta then struggles with it, but then finally gives in. He then becomes Majin Vegeta. So Vegeta then challenges Goku to a fight, and then Vegeta then destroys a nearby city to anger Goku. So things remain mostly the same up until Goku threatens Supreme Kai, and then he moves aside, and then they instantly then begin fighting. So both then go into Super Saiyan 2, and both are even in power. They match fist for fist, and there's no winner in sight. The battle is destructive, and it's giving Majin Buu more and more power. And then Goku hopes the end is quick, but Vegeta is too persistent. Goku gets an idea, and then powers up a full power blast, and Vegeta does also. And just like in their first fight, they do as Naruto and Sasuke, and then they both clash their attacks. So they both put more and more power into the energy, and then eventually the attacks explode, and Goku and Vegeta are sent flying back. Goku and Vegeta get back up, bloodied and beaten, and then they charge at each other. But then Vegeta then goes to land the last blow, but Goku ducks, and then slams his fist into Vegeta's face. I win. Just because I won doesn't mean it's over between us. You were the strongest person I've ever faced, and I want to fight you again. But we won't be able to if this world is destroyed by that monster. Goku then puts his hand out. Please, let's just work together. Vegeta then takes his hand and it reluctantly, and then they then go to fly over, and then they see that Majin Buu is hatched. So they then try to help, but they're too injured, and then but they're injured state, but in their injured states they can't do anything. So Supreme Kai then takes the Saiyans to the secret world of the Kais and then begins to train them to use the Sea Sword. Just like the original, it's the sword snaps because of Kachin. And then the Elder Kai then is let out. He thanks them and then says they can lock their potential if they give him an attractive girl who could kiss them. So everyone looks at Goku. No way in hell will he be kissing my wife! Worth a shot. But anyway, they then begin training, and then Goku then gets an idea. Vegeta creates a power ball, and Goku turns Super Saiyan and looks at it. So he then becomes a golden Uzaru, and it's hard for him to control. Vegeta then goes into an Uzaru state, and then pins Goku down. He then talks to Goku, saying he can't let that thing control him. And then Goku then begins to calm down, as he then begins to shrink in size. Uzaru then turns black, and then gets longer. And he then gets a red fur around him. He then turns Super Saiyan 4. But I guess this would be called Super Saiyan 3, but whatever, it doesn't matter. They then go to face Buu, and Goku alone destroys him, and things return to peace. And that's how the story would end. In the original series, I ended it with a pretty dark ending, with Beerus destroying everything, or if they got to return in power, Jiren would win. But to make this story have a good ending, let's just say that it ends with the defeat of Majin Buu and maybe the reincarnation with him later in the future. But that's the end of this What If, and well, I was wrong about the series. I should have given it a chance, but I guess there was many things that I needed to fix in it, and that's why I didn't really like the series, because it didn't really do well, and it was really, and in my opinion, I thought it was bad. But yeah, I've given it a second chance, and yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.